Hello, welcome to another Adventures in Bing Chat video. So yeah, for the last couple of days I've been sort of knee deep in research related to my sort of up and coming training project, the Learn to Code, Code to Learn. So I sort of missed this sort of major announcement that OpenAI made a couple of days before I'm recording this video, and I'm planning on pretty much putting this video out pretty much after I've recorded it, or as close to that as possible. And yeah, so I was this morning online just looking through some of my favourite weekend videos for chilling out, and I was doing a bit more programming research, and I noticed a lot of videos about this, so I thought I'd just do a little video in the context of actually asking Bing Chat about Sora and seeing what sort of stuff comes up. I've got a few other ideas. I'll include some links to the Wikipedia article so you can read more. I'm not just going to read through the Wikipedia article here, and also to a research paper which I'll come on to in a moment, which has a connection to this. So I'll just have a quick look at what it said. So I just asked Bing Chat to tell me about the text video model Sora. You'll have to excuse my voice. One of the reasons why I've been putting out silent videos recently as well is got a bit of a voice problem at the moment, so I'm hoping to clear that before I do my usual Magic the Gathering videos. So yeah, Sora is an AI model that can create realistic and imaginative scenes from text instructions. It was developed by OpenAI, a US-based artificial intelligence research organisation. Sora can generate videos up to a minute long while maintaining visual quality and adherence to the user's prompt. And they've got a few examples here. So that then also raised a really interesting point with these. So there's some examples here of prompts to use in Sora, but I wanted to see what would happen if I use them in Bing Chat simply to just generate static images. What sort of things would turn up? As you can see, I've got a second tab here because I tried out the first one, and we'll have a look at that in a moment. So yeah, so it comes through, and of course it just describes the fact that Sora is based on the technology behind DALL-E 3, a text-to-image model by OpenAI. Sora uses diffusion transformer, a denoising latent diffusion model with one transformer as the denoiser to generate videos in latent space by denoising 3D patches, then transforming them to standard space by a video decompressor. And I'll include any links that are in here, so if you want to kick the tires on this and do your own research, you can. It says Sora is not yet available to the public, but OpenAI has stated that it plans to make it accessible in the future. I have no clue when that's going to be. The company has also shared Sora with a small group of experts and creative professionals to test its capabilities and limitations. Apparently it's a remarkable example of how AI can understand and simulate the physical world in motion and potentially help people solve problems that require real-world interaction. And of course, if you search for this in YouTube, you'll see quite a few examples of what it looks like at the moment, and I'll have a look through after the video, and I'll include a link to one of those videos. So what I was curious about is whether, if I do, when will Sora be available for public use? So it's saying it's not announcing it. So yeah, there's no official release date yet. So in red teaming phase, where it undergoes rigorous testing to ensure it doesn't produce harmful or inappropriate content. So how does it compare to other AI models? Okay, so it's using a diffusion transformer. Okay, so it's pretty much repeating what was up there. So yes, what I'd heard, it's up to a minute long. And some of the stuff I've seen looks pretty impressive from the brief look I did this morning. Also rather worrying for lots of different reasons. And the other thing, of course, that has recently been announced is Gemini by Google, which can't create videos, but yeah, it's well worth a look at that as well if you're following along with the recent developments in AI. Yeah, it's all over the news. I'm sure most people watching this video know a little bit about it already. But like I said, I've been in my programming rabbit hole for the last couple of days, so I've not been keeping up with the tech news. So the other reason I wanted to do this video, because I thought these are pretty cool descriptions for prompts. And of course, at the moment, Copilot won't produce videos, but it will produce images. So I thought, well, what if I fed this in? So yeah, I just said, can you create an image from the following? Put it in quote marks. So this is what I got. So with the description, a stylish woman walks down a Tokyo street filled with warm, glowing neon and animated city signage. She wears a black leather jacket, a long red dress and black boots, and carries a black purse. She wears sunglasses and red lipstick. She walks confidently and casually. The street is damp and reflective, creating a mirror effect of the coloured lights. Many pedestrians walk about. So let's see what's happened there. So I'd say that's pretty good. I've never tried like super descriptive stuff in Copilot, as it's now called, before. Most of my stuff is pretty basic. I did actually, is that true? Well, actually, no. Well, about 6 months ago, when I was walking through a sort of course in prompt engineering, I think there are a few slightly more advanced prompts that I did, but nothing as advanced as this. But yeah, it's pretty interesting, I think. Because I have no clue what, if anything, any of this text says or represents. I mean, normally it's just gibberish. So let's have a look at some of the other ones, because this looks really interesting. So I'll try this one. Let me just put that in. Go back up. And just grab this. There we go. Boom. Several giant woolly mammoths approach, treading through a snowy meadow. Their long woolly fur lightly blows in the wind as they walk. Snow-covered trees and dramatic snow-capped mountains in the distance. Mid-afternoon light with wispy clouds and a sun high in the distance creates a warm glow. The low camera view is stunning, capturing the large furry mammal with beautiful photography, depth of field. And that's what we get in terms of a still image. Currently. So yeah, the takeaway of this is definitely play around with, if you're not already, these quite advanced style descriptive prompts for just, your usual pictures, images, regardless of, where it's going with video creation. So this one I was going to do something to, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to ask it to create a promotional poster for a movie featuring, try that, see what happens. Yeah, I was going to click off here. You probably have had this happened to you before, so I can click off here, and sometimes be all right for the image, I think. But I don't know if anybody else notices if you do this, sometimes the rendering, particularly on the text, stops working. Okay, but it doesn't do that for images. Press for a movie featuring the image. Okay, there we have it. That's amusing. Yeah, so interesting things in the pipeline, but currently, you can play around quite a lot just with what's currently available if you just want still images. Okay, here we go. Several less realistic text-to-video generated models had been created. Meta's Maker Video, Runways Gen 2. Oh, that's right, Google's Lumiere, I remember that. This first previewed Sora by releasing multiple clips. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's interesting, isn't it? It looks like this is pretty much just regurgitating the Wikipedia article, which doesn't surprise me. Okay. Let's just have a look at this. I'm going to try feeding that back through. Okay. Explain. See what happens. I'll also include that quote in the description, actually, so anybody can sort of retrace my steps if they want to. I mean, you probably become aware now, anybody that's following these, a lot of this stuff now is really just things that are already out there to some degree, that have been either connected up in interesting ways or stacked in interesting ways, or mainly most of this stuff is just now we have, much larger amounts of computing power available, specialist GPUs, those sort of things that have allowed technology that was sort of just sitting there to some degree, waiting to be fully utilised, and it'll probably turn out, once more details emerge about the underlying models, that's very much the case again. So hopefully that was useful. Like I said, it was really just a quick heads up for regular viewers of this channel that I know like to try and keep up on this sort of technology and possibly already know of its existence. But also I thought I was curious as to just use the prompts that I saw generated for the use of static images. And clearly, something I do need to play around with a lot more, because it looks like I'm not making the most really of my image prompts as much as I should. So thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I will catch you in a future episode.